You feel like you can't do anything, go pick up that rock and hold it in your hand and take from it the strength of the ordinary people who stood on that rock.
When we were at Brown Chapel AME, Joanne Bland took us to a park that is attached to the housing development.
And she kind of had us all like pick up a stone that's kind of from right around there as this kind of this little piece, this weight that we were supposed to carry with us to remind us.
And she's going through the history, so to speak, in our hands by saying, you know, this was Julian Bond's stone. This is a stone that he was standing on when the civil rights movement took flight. This is my stone.
Just to kind of keep it with us to remember standing, you know, in the grounds of where these incredible activists stood.
And so that whenever we felt like we needed an extra push to do the right thing or the extra push to speak up, we would always have the stone nearby.
The students start to embody that piece of history. So I am carrying this rock, and this little rock from the ground, I'm carrying this rock, and it's John Lewis's rock. Nobody throws their rock down afterwards.
There's just something really powerful about going to where history happened to understand what it means. It really just brings a new level of understanding of change happened by real people who were students. And, you know, it's really empowering to think that, like, it's not necessarily so different from what you could potentially do, but you need to be able to create that.
What they get from the program is a real opportunity to delve deeply into pieces of this history. It's not a course for credit, so we can't promise sort of a comprehensive read on the history of the civil rights movement, but what we can do is give them some real deep understanding of little pieces of the movement.
For me, really, it was a moment to reflect and to understand how powerful, driven, and sacrifice-oriented you have to be in order to affect change. And there were moments where I cried. There were moments where I felt an intense sense of pride. There were moments where sometimes it just felt surreal that, you know, it goes from being history and this just abstract idea about civil rights and a boycott and sit-ins to, you know, going to the museum and sitting in the simulation of what the sit-ins would be like. And I cried. I don't think that I would have been that person. I could cry now. I don't think I would be that person. It just made me very grateful.
Many Penn students are not history majors, but they want to understand a little bit about their country's history, and they want to also be able to think about, well, if this happened for people in the not so distant past, what might I be able to do? So the other thing that they gain from the program is an ability to think about their own role as change agents.
Something that really touches me personally as a Black woman in a very, in a predominantly white space is the simple fact that, you know, anti-Blackness, anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, you know, homophobia, and all the isms and phobias that you can think of are and have been prevalent for a very long time. And so when I went on this trip, it really wasn't just about that specific moment in time. It was about the simple fact that the work that was done then is not far off from the motivation for the work that needs to be done now.